The situation is no training today. Just gonna drink tea and coffee. Got a fan. Excuse my language. Just tea and coffee. An early night. And lots of office work. So what I've done so far today, I didn't do yoga because although it's low intensity, it's mostly 60-year-old. Oh, I love oyster catchers. It's my favorite bird. Although it's low intensity, it is almost entirely more older people that do that class. And I don't want to be the guy that makes old people sick. That's all right. That's something I can pass on. I don't want to be sweating and passing lurgy from me to an old person. Call me old-fashioned. So, excuse me, guys. So what I'm doing now, I went to the gym where I do yoga just to cancel the class because I don't know how to do it online because I'm a boomer. And then I had a cup of coffee there, just had a little chat with the people that work there because I like them. And then I've been at my usual haunt, getting a coffee, and I've been doing some more research. Thank you for indicating, appreciate that, it really helps when you do that. Just started to make some material for advertising purposes for the gym. My thought process is that I'm going to have two videos. I have one video that's for everybody, so it's going to have men and women in the video. I've got one video that is only women, and I have a picture carousel. So I'm going to have just a nice simple first picture with some benefits of training on it, and then I'm going to have some nice pictures of everybody after that. So that's it, 2 videos and 1 carousel, and advertise all 3 of them simultaneously. So this is something I haven't done before, having 3 ads running at the same time, usually a 1 at a time guy. I made some changes. I'm glad I found this educational resource, shall we say. And when I get home, what I'm going to do is get the ad creative. That's what it's called, right? If you know, you know. Get the ad creative together, send that out into the ether, and wait. And I'm just going to advertise on Instagram for the first period, and then I'm going to switch up the ad creatives and go on Facebook, and then I'm going to wait some time, and then I'm going to do both. And I think that, for my opinion, I think that will be good for some reason. I feel like being able to see it on Instagram and then Facebook and then at the same time, is that going to be better? Like what's going to work best, right? Where are all the fishies coming from? I think that would be nice to know. So that's an interesting start, a new journey. So yeah, that's my plan for today. And I need to take care of some stuff behind the desk, you know, like the business side of things, not just the advertising and the marketing, but I want to make it easier for me to run my gym, right? So I want to know everything that's going on all the time. And I'm not educated in business. I've not done any business courses. I don't have any relevant education in business whatsoever other than experience trying to run my own gym. So time to sharpen up on that. And what was it? I heard someone saying, what gets measured gets managed, right? And that's so true. because I've had that with students or clients for personal training, and they want to lose weight, for example. They want to lose weight. It's like, okay, how often do you weigh yourself? And they're like, I don't. I'm like, right, so we really don't know how much you weigh right now. They're like, no, I stepped on the scale, I'm X. I'm like, yeah, right now you're X. You might not be X by the end of the day, let alone tomorrow morning. So you really don't know anything, and it's not gonna help you to know what you weigh this instant. You want consistent data, day in, day out. So you're like, okay, if I step on the scales every single morning after I've gone to the toilet, before I've had a drink, after a month, you're like, it's fairly safe to say, or it's safe to say that I weigh X. Give or take a safe, reasonable window either side of about 1 kilo to 1.5 kilos based on whatever I'm eating that day, you know? For me, it's gonna change. It's gonna change quite a lot because for those of you that don't know, I fast on Wednesdays and Fridays. So that's gonna skew the average for the day up maybe a little bit, but for the weeks it's not going to, because although I might be much lighter on a Saturday morning or a Thursday morning because I didn't get as many carbohydrates in because I didn't eat until 3 o'clock, it's gonna have an effect. So once you start measuring that, you can manage it, right? You don't wake up in the morning, you're like, no, I'm 1 kilo heavier. It's like, relax, you were always gonna be 1 kilo heavier, all right? And with the ladies, it's like, where are you at? Where are you at on your cycle? Are we follicular, you know? What are we planning right now? Are we planning to go up? Are we planning to go down? Because you're going to be holding a different amount of fluid, a different amount of water. Maybe you get a bit snacky when you're just about to have your period, and you know, you see where I'm going with this? So that's very easy to manage around that. But if it's like, oh, when I lose weight, I track my calories and I track my weight, but when I'm not losing weight, I don't know anything. It's like, yeah, well, maybe you should consider some what I suppose they would call off seasons. You know, when we're not dieting, you need to probably know how many calories you're eating around the year. So I need to know certain things about my business like that, right? I don't need to just know how many members I'm getting when I'm getting lots of members, right? I need to know how many members I'm getting when I get lots of members. I need to know how many members I'm getting when I'm losing members, right? Because, okay, I'm getting members and losing members. That's a confusing one for those people that don't own gyms or businesses. It's a thing called churn. So some people might say, I got 10 new members this month. It's like, oh, great. So you went from 150 to 160. It's like, no, I went from 150 to 149. It's like, oh, so you lost 11, right? So you churned 11, but you gained 10. You're still down 1. So I need to know how many members I need to get on average. So this is data over time. So I need to know, like, what is the average amount of members I get per month or per week over the course of a year, and how many on average do I lose per month over the course of a year. So then I need to double down. I need to know, like, if I haven't got 3 members this week, new members, I need to start reconsidering what I'm doing. Am I doing enough advertisement? Am I am I just slipping? Do I need a couple of days off because I'm knackered and it's showing in my class? You know, I can manage that from there. So I need to know how many members are coming in. I need to know how many members are coming out. I need to know how many people come in and then become members, how many people come in and don't become members. And the sweet spot's really about 40 to 50%. If 40 or 50% of the people that come in are signing up, you're doing really well. And I need to know when they leave, how long did they stay for? What reason did they leave? Although that for me is a nonsense. In England, it's a bit more fine because people will literally tell you. Like, I used to work at a gym, and we used to ring people up and say, "You haven't been here in a while," or "I was just wondering why you quit," and they just say it how it is. It's like, I just didn't like the gym anymore, man. Just the equipment sucks. Or it'd be like, my husband won't let me train where there's other men. That was one I always remember. That was a thing. And you know, they just say it how it is. Like, we're quite blunt people. But in Norway, it seems it's almost always, I've had bad experiences, you know. I've had neutral experiences when it's like, oh, you just don't want to tell me that you don't like the gym. And it's like, just tell me you don't like the gym and tell me why you don't like the gym. But unfortunately, I've had people saying that the gym's great, and then they leave and then they talk badly about the gym because they didn't have enough options to do this. It's like, well, why didn't you just tell me that, you know? Or even worse, like, they're like, oh no, it's nothing wrong, I just don't have the time to train anymore. And then they go and leave like a horrible 1-star review. It's like, we could have sorted this out like men, you know? But you had to go behind my back. And people really don't know. When you've put your blood, sweat and tears and livelihood and years of your life, blood, sweat and years, as well as the tears, you know, and then someone just eviscerates you with something that could have been a misunderstanding, or was a misunderstanding, and could have been sorted out quite amicably. Go on, she is absolutely sending it. Love seeing people pushing themselves, so cool. Excuse me. But that's the thing, I need data. One of my favorite quotes. If you can tell me what film this is off, you're as nerdy as me. Data. I cannot make bricks without clay. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time. Another one of my favorite quotes of all time. I fart when I pee, but the opposite isn't always true. It's not so eloquent, it's not so classy, but it is funny. So that's it. I need to have a chat with my good friend ChatGPT, my best friend in the world, and I need to get to work. And then I need to just make sure that I've got some like solid hours where I do this, where it's like, right, 12 o'clock, this is it. I don't want to be one of those guys that says, it's your daily non-negotiables, because that, for me, it's always negotiable, man. It's always negotiable. Like, yes, I should do this every day, but if something really cool happens, if I have a child that is born, then I'm missing my non-negotiables, so therefore they are negotiables, right? Or if someone needs my help, then I will negotiate with that tomorrow and pick up another time. She's pushing herself as well. Go on, gal. Smashing it. All the chicks are out running today. No guys out running. This guy's having a little bit of a waddle. Some people walk like they're going somewhere really important, but they're just out and about, you know what I mean? Like, looks stressful. So yeah, first port call, the kettle. I need a cup of tea. Second port call, charge the laptop up. While the laptop is charging, I'm going to do a little bit of scrolling, a little brain dead time. I have just been to the gym to drop off some toilet paper because we were down to our last few rolls, so don't sweat it, guys. Everybody's going to be fine there. Got a new spray pump so I can spray the gym down. The gym's looking lovely. One of my students in there, a little bit of open gym time, and then after brain dead time, it's organizational time. And today we're gonna just go for the advertisements, because some of these advertisements are gonna absolutely swing and miss, and they're not gonna have any effect whatsoever. But it's so much better to throw the punch and know it didn't land than not throw the punch in case it didn't land, because you don't have any data. If you throw the punch, just take the shot, right? You line up. Some of you guys maybe been on like förstagångstjänster, something like that, and you just, once you shoot the gun, right, once you've given that trigger a little squeeze and it's gone bang, and you're like, ah, then you know where that bullet went, right? You can see the hole, and you're like, all right, couple of inches maybe. That's it. I mean, couple of inches, that's quite a long way off by an inch, off by a mile. But then afterwards you can be like, where did it go? And, and your coach will tell you like, you didn't really squeeze it that softly, you kind of yanked the trigger a bit and you pulled your arm off to the side while you did that. What you need to do is just breathe nice and slow, slowly squeeze until it makes you jump, and then you can adjust and adjust and adjust. So I'm looking forward to making some absolutely wild, spectacular misses. But I know you guys have landed your first kick in sparring and been like, oh my days, I've just swept someone for the first time. I've just kicked someone for the first time. And when I see that first lead pop up and come into my inbox, and I can send someone a text that I didn't know before, and maybe they can come to the gym and be one of the people that like is a pivotal real like role player in the gym, you know, or I can just see someone like come and have fun, have someone to teach. That seeing that name and that like the contact details pop up is going to be such a big deal for me. It's not like they might not even come to the gym, but it's going to be so cool because this is hours and hours of work that's just gone into a few pixels. And it's all about finding those like sweet little moments in life. I genuinely hope that you are not looking at a red wall in front of my car and that you are looking at me, because I forgot to check whether I've flipped the camera. So there's a moment of truth.